Today is Tuesday, December the 15th, and we're going to run through this quickly because we didn't expect this bounce in the McClellan oscillator. I really expected the McClellan to go down and try to reach the oversold line. We have a little pop up, so the McClellan oscillator is plus 30 for the time being. The S&P moved above the 8. I really thought being below the 8 was going to attract it more towards the cloud. So we had a big jump. Now we said that yesterday the Chiku span was going to have its support here. And if you look at today, the low point of today was right here, which was well above the top of that candle. So it never really even came down to test the top of that candle. The Dow Jones, big day, still channeling. The NASDAQ returning back close to making a new high, but not quite. Let's look at our key stocks now. Apple had an awesome day today because it was revealed that they had ordered something like 230 million iPhones for next year. So firing on all cylinders, great stock. It's going to be soon time to start rolling the January 115 puts that I have up to possibly the January 120s and taking the profit, which I think today now sits right at about, well, there's $650 profit there, and there's $572 left in net liquidation. So it's more than 50%. So on a pop tomorrow, it's time to close those and roll up to something a little bit more optimistic. NIO had a great day today. Let's take a look at its one day, and you can see that we had a really nice pop up here. This was the bounce yesterday off the 61.8. And if we look at a Fibonacci now, we've had this gap here, this gap that we created yesterday, definitely closed. Let's move our Fibonacci's to the high and the low of the prior day, and you can see that those Fibonacci's were fairly working well, but we tended to overshoot those Fibonacci's. The key one we're looking for right now is on the daily. We're looking at, we should be looking at another one in here. So let's just open this up and say, let's say we want to go to, well, that's not what we're looking for, but it's close enough. But anyhow, it's not there. So anyhow, we're looking for something in the neighborhood of about 50 now, which would be the next Fibonacci right here. Let's see if we can't get that. Let's see the presets. Let's go to blue. There we go. It's the 4711, the 78.2% Fibonacci is the next one that we're looking for. CVS, still struggling. I really thought CVS was going to do better. It did pop above where we set an alert. I didn't buy, and it's down now. So I'm going to take my alert off of there. I'm going to wait because I'm conservative. Best Buy, this is what Zach was looking at. Nice bounce. Buyers were sitting above the 200 for 2 days out of 3, so that's a good sign. Now today we had a high that was right, very close to the cloud, so the Chiku span now tomorrow will be outside of the bottom of the cloud with room to move up, so we can expect some move up there. Banks, JP Morgan up 1.7%, US Bank 0.85%. And the reason I picked these two banks is that JP Morgan is the biggest bank in the United States. US Bank is the biggest regional bank in the United States. Now we could be looking at the XLF, which is a hodgepodge of all of the ETFs out there. But US Bank just looks like a good stock to model our best regional banks on. If we look at some of our new stocks here, we look at Dollar General, let's take a look. Let's get rid of some of those cluttering alerts there. We had a little bit of a pullback. Now this is a different kind of a candle pattern in motive wave. And let's see what those are. So right now those are, they're not normal. They're not normal, but anyhow, the stock is still below that's the 1 hour. Let's look at the daily. There's your daily, nice little move up. So Zach did buy the Dollar General calls, and it's doing well. It's passed above my buy point right now. So if I were really excited about this market, I would be buying, but I'm not, because it's getting near the end of the year and I've had a really, really good year, and I'm not about to give up any of those profits before the end of the year. I'm ready to pay my taxes on my profits, and next year will be another year where I'll assess things a little differently. Where are we now? We want to look at Square. Square is starting to make a little bit of a breakout here. If you look at this, this is a bit of a channel there. So let's take a tool here and let's take a look at a channel tool, and let's try to model this and say that this is a bit of a 27-day, no, it's too long, of course. But if we bring it back to here, this is a 16-day bull flag, and it should break to the top. So Square, if you're holding Square, you're just doing really well. I know one of my friends was invested in Square. He may still be holding on, hopefully with a trailing stop, and he's still in his trade. SONO, look at that pop on SONO. Wow. And then a pullback. So pretty strong stock here. If you're looking to play SONO, it would be above this point right here. If we can close the day above 23.05 and then have another day above 23.05, that's the second day confirming, then you can step in. If it's a stock that you like, when it hits 23.05, take a quarter position. If it closes above 23.05 at the end of the day, take another quarter position, and then wait until it comes back down to test 23.05 and then takes a jump up, and then you know that you're good to go for the rest of your position. Boeing, we haven't really looked at in some time. It's certainly not an exciting stock. Anything else that catches our interest? No, not really. So I'll see you tomorrow.